Hi, I'm Dale Hyde, a Client Solutions Advisor here at Frontier Technology, and welcome to the latest in our In a Nutshell series of short videos. One of the questions I get asked a lot when discussing cloud migrations is what's the difference between infrastructure and platform as a service, also known as IaaS and PaaS. Well, I think this table sums up the differences nicely by identifying where the responsibilities lie. That is, your responsibilities and those of your cloud service provider, and how they change with each approach. Now, don't worry about trying to look at all the detail in the table yet. We'll take a closer look at each first before coming back to this. So if you're running a completely in-house on-premise infrastructure, then it's likely you'll be responsible for everything. All of the server, storage and network equipment, a virtualization layer, operating systems, all the way up to your applications and data. Infrastructure as a service is typically the first step you might take when migrating to a cloud platform, as it's a relatively easy lift and shift approach. You take your existing servers, whether they're virtual or still physical, and migrate them into virtual machines running in the cloud. And the cloud service provider takes responsibility for provisioning, managing, maintaining and securing the underlying systems, up to and including the virtualization layer. But you're still responsible for the operating system upwards, including applications, any runtimes and your data. IaaS suits many organizations, so you might stop there. But there are more steps that can be taken to further reduce both complexity and your in-house responsibility. And the next step is platform as a service. With PaaS, we start to move away from the idea of applications in virtual machines and instead towards a platform onto which you can bring your applications and data. Great examples of these are database platforms like Oracle or SQL Server. Now, responsibilities have shifted a level, with the provider assuming responsibility for the platform, which will typically be a high availability design, enhancing resilience but reducing system complexity for you considerably. You'll also find there are tools to assist with the migration, making it relatively easy to take existing applications, especially databases, and port them onto a cloud platform service. You'll still be responsible for managing and securing your application, but now everything below that is done for you. And whilst we're discussing this, I think it's worth mentioning software as a service, which takes this idea a step further and shifts the responsibility of the application to the service provider as well. This further reduces complexity and simplifies management, as you will now no longer be responsible for upgrading and patching applications, you just use them. Probably the best known example of software as a service is Office 365. There are many others, including WebEx, Teams, Salesforce, Mimecast, and much more. So here's that table again, showing in the graphical form the tiers that you are responsible for, together with those that the cloud service provider undertakes. If you need a moment to study this, just pause the video for a moment. So I hope that short explanation helps. Please check out our other cloud computing basics in a nutshell videos from this series, or get in touch to find out more. Thanks for watching, goodbye.